everyone, and welcome back to another Q&A video. I haven't done one of these in a while and a lot of things have changed. I think I did one at the beginning of last year, so it's been a whole year since we've done one, so it's a good timing to do one. But before we get into it, I do want to mention that sorry for the lack of Beat Saber content lately. I've been dealing with some shoulder issues for the last month, which makes Beat Saber and just video editing a really painful thing to do. So working on that. But my editor has been uploading old Beat Saber content to my second channel, which is Naysy Daily. So that's highlights from my Twitch streams, also Beat Saber videos didn't make the cut, and also some VR gaming content as well. So make sure to subscribe to that if you want daily Beat Saber content. I've also been taking a little step back from other kind of responsibilities in my career, which means I have more time to focus on YouTube. So you'll start to see more tutorials on this channel, guides, kind of top 5 videos, and whatever else I feel like. So keep an eye out for that kind of content coming on the channel. But let's get into some Q&A. First question is YouTube your only job? And if so, do you enjoy it? If not, do you enjoy your normal job? Yes, YouTube is kind of my normal job. I guess I'm a content creator, so there's kind of many things that fall under that umbrella. My main kind of job is streaming on Twitch. I've been doing that for 5+ years, and I've been full-time, I think like 2 or 3 years now. So yeah, that's I guess my main kind of job. I try and do that like 4 to 5 times a week. I guess is where majority of like my income comes from. But yeah, I do YouTube as well. That's kind of a new thing that I started properly doing at the beginning of last year. So I do make a little bit of money from YouTube, but because of Beat Saber content and DMCA, which is music copyright laws, I can't monetize any of my Beat Saber videos. So I only really make money from tutorials and stuff, which sucks, but I enjoy doing the Beat Saber videos. They're lots of fun, and yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed them too. And I guess there's other parts of being a content creator. You know, you make money from sponsorships and things like that. I have a Patreon for those who want to support me further. And you can also make a little bit of money from affiliate links and stuff like that. So yeah, that's I guess how I make money. I like to be pretty upfront about that stuff because it helps other people pursuing these careers. And do I enjoy it? Hell yes I do. I love being a content creator. I love the creativity about it. I love connecting with others. But I guess the downside is it can be really stressful. And the biggest stressful thing is that you don't always know where your next paycheck's going to be. So I think a lot of people think like, oh, you've got X amount of subs on YouTube or X amount of viewers, you must be rich. And that's definitely not the case. I guess some months can be really good and some months can be really bad and you're like barely able to cover bills. So I think being a content creator is really fun, but it can be financially challenging, which causes a lot of anxiety and stress. There's no like annual leave, there's no sick leave, there's no like retirement fund that's getting paid. So, you know, knowing where you're going to be a year or 2 from now also creates that stressful element. But I love doing it, and I'm a big believer of follow your dreams. So I'm really happy pursuing this career, and I love that I can be creative and do lots of different things. And yeah, I'm really grateful that you guys support me and glad you're here along for the journey. Next question says, I've made a new channel dedicated to Beat Saber and want to ask, what advice would you give to someone who only just started playing and uploading gameplay? Well, I guess my first advice is stick with it. I've learned with YouTube as that it can just take up to a year for your videos to even get recommended in the algorithm. So don't get defeated if you're doing it for a couple of months and you're just not getting views. Just keep having fun with it, but also learn from others and learn from your own experiences. Experiment with kind of like interesting thumbnails or something that you can do that can bring an interesting twist to the game that you're playing. But thumbnails, so important. Thumbnails and titles, really, really important. And yeah, just trying to find ways to stand out. But yeah, don't get defeated. It's really easy to get defeated. So keep with it. It's lots of fun. And yeah, I think the most important thing is focus on the joy and the journey of creating YouTube content instead of the views, because especially with Beat Saber, because you ain't making money from Beat Saber content, so you got to enjoy it. Our next question is, what is your favorite song that you want to see Beat Saber make for people to enjoy without modding their headset? Ooh, I guess that means like what song would I want them to add? It's kind of a tough one. This is probably a weird answer, but I've been really, really enjoying classical music in Beat Saber lately. I think classical music is so beautiful because it just has so many melodies and kind of like harmony lines, and I think it just translates so well to Beat Saber. So I would love to see like a classical music pack in Beat Saber. But I guess it might be hard because you can't be like, hey Beethoven, can we have the rights to that song? Yeah, thanks mate, see you later. So it makes things, yeah, a bit difficult I guess. But yeah, weird answer, but classical music, I think would be really fun. Next question is, why does it look so effortless when you're doing expert plus maps when my whole house shakes when I play on hard? My house definitely does shake. This office here is actually a converted like veranda and it bounces a lot. So that's why I have like all my cameras and computers and everything mounted to the walls. So you don't really see a lot of the bouncing. But I guess to follow up from that, because I might answer a few other questions, I used to do Irish dancing for most of my child and young teen life. So I was an Irish dancer for 10 years and that's kind of a lot of jumping up and down on the spot. So, and also moving your arms in the kind of like team dance element. So I think that helps me a lot with Beat Saber. I also did music, like I did flute for like 10 years and I think that really helps with how I'm able to pick up the music. But I think, yeah, my dancing background definitely helps a lot with Beat Saber. So next question is, what inspired the purple hair? So I asked for Q&A questions before I dyed my hair brown, so I guess I should probably talk about why I don't have purple hair anymore. So, a few reasons why I don't have purple hair anymore. One of them being, I just didn't feel like it was me anymore. I had purple hair for 8 years. 8 years, that's a really long time to be dyeing your hair. And I did really enjoy the purple hair, but I felt like I was doing it more for like the brand element, and less so for myself. Like these days, I much prefer a more like natural look. I prefer kind of more natural, kind of like neutral tone aesthetic, and the purple just really wasn't aligning with that anymore. I just didn't feel like it was me. So yeah, I like the brown hair. I feel like when I do my makeup, I'm not having to like compete with the purple hair or wear outfits that compete with the purple hair. I just felt like purple hair just kind of, you gotta compete with it. I'm really enjoying the brown hair. I know it doesn't stand out as much, but hopefully my content will stand out on its own. But the other part of it is when you dye your hair purple, you have to bleach your hair. And bleaching your hair is very damaging for your hair. So it's nice just to not have damaged hair for once. And it's expensive. It's like, it cost me about $300 to get my hair done. And I do that every 2 months and it takes like 4 hours in the salon. And I was just over it. So brown hair, natural life. I'm enjoying it. And for now, don't know if I'll go back to purple. I need to think about all my branding. I need to update all my logos and stuff. But for now, I'm just enjoying it. So yeah, I know some of you guys might be disappointed, but I'm really enjoying it. And hopefully you guys like it. Next question is, how many pets do you have, if any? And what are their names, ages? And love your videos. Thank you. So I have 2 dogs. You can kind of see them. That's Puppy. She's a Chihuahua. She was a rescue dog that me and my brother got like 5 years ago, and her name was meant to be like temporary placeholder, but then it just kind of stuck. So Puppy is her name. She's very sassy. We should think she's around 7 years old. When she's hungry, she starts barking and just being sassy. So very sassy. And then we have Commander Shepherd. I bought him as a puppy from a friend, I think like 4, I think he's 4 now, 4 years ago. And he's very, very silky, very silky. He loves cuddles and he's very protective of me. He's my little baby. And Commander Shepherd is the name of the main character in Mass Effect, which is one of my favorite game series. So this is Shepherd. He's really camera shy and he's a bit wet at the moment because it's raining and he went outside to go bark at the postman. But he's a very sweet boy, very silky. Oh, you can go now. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Oh, he's so shy. Okay, you can leave. And this is Puppy. She's very sassy and she's obsessed with food. Obsessed with food. Yeah, she's a very sassy girl. Say hi, Puppy. Say hello. She's not as cuddly. She's just like, I'm really cuddly if I get something out of it. So she's like, you're distracting me from my naps, woman. Get away from me. Next question is, what makes you happy and what are you grateful for? I like this question. Happiness is something I reflect a lot on because I think people think happiness is like being rich and famous, and I definitely don't think that's the case. What makes me happy is nature. I love being out in nature. I'm very grateful to live near the beach. It's kind of beach, it's like ocean. Yeah, being out in nature, being able to go swimming, just makes me really happy. So I love being out in nature. And speaking of, I'm launching a vlog channel. The link will be down in the description. So I'll be vlogging just stuff that I do every week. Things like baking, things like going to the beach with my family, things like starting a vegetable garden. So lots of kind of like wholesome lifestyle stuff. So if that floats your boat, Go check it out, subscribe. I don't have content yet. I'm still building up a content catalog. But subscribe if you like that kind of content and want to check out what it's like to live in semi-rural Australia. Next question is, when did you buy your first VR headset and which one did you choose? Greetings from Germany. Hello from Australia. My first VR headset that I purchased myself was a Oculus Rift, which is this guy here, and this was a great headset. Really, really comfortable. And the controllers were really nice, but sadly this guy is out of commission because the audio broke on it, so that's when I upgraded to the Valve Index, which is what I'm using now. But I wish they designed another headset like this. It was great. The downside with this as well, that the resolution is just really low in comparison with what's available now. So love this guy. It was my first headset. My first proper VR kind of use headset was a HTC Vive. And my friend lent it to me because I really, really wanted to play Rick and Morty in VR. So he lent it to me and I streamed it and I fell in love and then kind of just started streaming VR stuff for a while. This was before Beat Saber existed. This was like way back in the day when VR was still new. And there just weren't many games and some of the games were like kind of bad. So I was just like, man, do I want to invest in a VR headset now? And then one day I went to like IEM, which is like an esports convention thing, and they had VR set up there with Beat Saber, and I got to give it a go, and I fell in love. And I'm like, I need this. And then I got a PlayStation VR, and then played lots of Beat Saber, and then I'm like, I'm in love. I need custom songs. So then I bought this guy. So that's kind of how I got into VR and Beat Saber. Super love Beat Saber. So glad I got to check it out. My only regret is not getting into it sooner. I'd be like so pro at it if I got into it sooner. Next question, did I have a job before YouTube? I sure did. I've had lots of jobs, but my job specifically before I kind of became a full-time streamer / YouTube was working in video games. So I did marketing and social media for a game for Crossy Road. You may have heard of it. And before that, I was working in another mobile games company who made the game Faily Break. So I did all the marketing on that. I was very proud. They got Dan TDM to make a video about our game. So that was kind of a career highlight for me. And before that, I was working at Apple. So I was like an Apple Store genius, which sounds so lame. But yeah, my degree, so I did a degree in games and interactive media, majoring in animation. So I did a games degree, did all the animation kind of subjects, worked out, didn't really like it. I just knew I really wanted to work in games, but didn't know what. And then, because I live in Brisbane, Australia, there's just no games jobs. And then I stumbled across this job for like a social media role at a mobile game startup company. And I applied and I got it, and I got to learn lots about social media and kind of like marketing, and it was really cool and I enjoyed it. It was like not the greatest culture to work at, but I still learned a lot. And my job was to like reach out to like influencers and stuff, and that's where I discovered Twitch streaming, and I'm like, man, that looks cool, I want to do that. So I started doing that like after work, and I'm like, this is awesome, I don't want to work in that job anymore, I want to go be a full-time streamer. So I kind of did that and then worked part-time for Crossy Road at the same time and built up my career. And then my career for like streaming kind of got big enough that, you know, I could like financially support myself. So I'm like, love you Crossy Road, but I'm gonna go do this thing now. So streamed for a bit and then kind of, yeah, streamed, did all that stuff, and then eventually kind of did the YouTube thing. So yeah, that's my journey. I might make a whole video on that because it's complex, and I know a lot of people who are interested in like game development or getting into streaming or YouTube. I have lots I could say about it, but yeah, I might save it for another video. So I've got a few questions about my clothes. So a lot of my clothes I get from Black Milk Clothing. So they have really nice dresses and a lot of colorful stuff, and I just really like the fit of their clothes. I find it's really flattering, I feel comfortable in it, and the material they use is like a neoprene, so it's really good for Beat Saber when you're getting very sweaty. So a lot of my stuff is from Black Milk Clothing. And I just find a lot of their stuff kind of just matches my style. My style's always changing. Sometimes I like lots of bright colors, and sometimes I like to wear a lot of black and white, believe it or not. But yeah, my style's always changing, but most of my clothes from Black Milk Clothing. By the way, I'm selling a bunch of stuff on my Depop, if that interests anyone. I'm doing a big declutter currently, getting rid of a lot of stuff because I'm trying to stop buying clothes and just be happy with what I have. So check out my Depop if you want to buy some clothes. Next question is, what do you do in my free time other than VR, and do you have any other hobbies? I don't really do a lot in my free time. I go to the beach, I like going for dog walks, and I like watching Netflix. I'm like a lot of people. But one of my goals this year is to actually have hobbies. I've kind of started to realize that I've just kind of been doing the whole hustle thing for so long with working with like streaming and YouTube and stuff that, yeah, I'm trying to take a step back a little bit and do some other things like gardening or make some pottery or something. Which means I'll be vlogging as well and essentially turning into work. So vlog channel, link down below. Next question is, what do you like best about Beat Saber? I don't know. It's actually kind of hard. I just love like the rhythm aspect. Oh, I know the answer. I think with Beat Saber, there's something called flow. If you're not familiar with flow, it's when your brain reaches a point of kind of, I guess, like where it's being challenged enough but not too challenged, and you're enjoying doing the thing you do. You reach a high level of like dopamine, and I get that so much with Beat Saber, where you just kind of, you're really enjoying playing it. I love like the rhythm aspect and the dance aspect. I love that you always challenge yourself to get better, and you can see yourself getting better and better like every day as you play it. And I just find it so meditative. Like, I can be playing Beat Saber, even when I'm streaming it, I just completely zone out and just like, yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And it's great for unlocking that flow state. So I think that's what I love best about Beat Saber. And it takes all my years of dancing and years of music and putting it all together. And it's just, they're two things I really love. And I get to play a game where I get to use both of those elements. So I just love Beat Saber. Which I'm really sad at the moment because my shoulders are so sore. I can't Beat Saber. It sucks. Next question is, how long have you been playing Beat Saber, and how long did it take you to get as good as you are now? I've been playing Beat Saber for, quick math, like January 2019. 2 years and a bit. 2 years and a bit. And I have about 600 hours in the game. So yeah, I've got 600 hours in the game. If you see some of the guys that are like really good, they have like 2,000 hours in the game. So sometimes they're like, why are they as good as them? But then I'm like, well, that's right. They have been playing this game since launch and have like over 2,000 hours. So don't go comparing yourself to others. And when did I start getting good? I guess it's hard to define good. Like for me, I consider being good like being able to dance. I love being able to dance in Beat Saber. I think I love doing that, and that's what my goal is. Like, I don't care about rank. I don't care about hitting every note so much. But yeah, being able to dance and just like have a fun time and showcase that fun time in a video, I think that's kind of my goal with Beat Saber. But yeah, I think at one point I was doing Beat Saber just like for an hour every day. And at the time, I was really stressed out about some stuff in my life. So it was a really good way just to disconnect and focus on something that took my mind off the troubles in my life. So super grateful for Beat Saber for coming along in that part of my life. Next question is, what has kept you motivated on creating these fun Beat Saber videos? What motivates me is you guys. I love seeing all your comments, and I love kind of coming up with like fun new videos and kind of like dances. I like coming up with dances for like Beat Saber stuff. And to be honest, I have been a bit demotivated lately. Like, one aspect is the DMCA stuff, like with music copyright laws. Basically, a music company could like swoop down any second and just like ban me from all the platforms and also sue me. So it's just kind of like, why am I making this content? Because all my money for Beat Saber videos goes to these music companies, and then they could just sue me in a heartbeat. It's like, anyway, it makes me mad. But the other element is like YouTube algorithm stuff and just like song choice stuff. Like, unless like people are clicking on the video, then YouTube doesn't recommend it. And then people only like click on the video if it has a clickbait title, or if they know the song, if it's like a cool popular TikTok song. Then it's like, I feel like I always have to do like what's popular rather than what I want to do, or like what I think is like a fun video. Or I have to just think about things like, what clickbait title can I do? It's just, I hate that element of creating content. I just want to make fun stuff and not have to worry about what's popular at the time. So being a little bit demotivated lately, but I'll get back in the swing of things. I kind of want to do some fun, dancey, choreographed kind of videos again. I haven't done them in a while. So that's what I really enjoy doing, and I'm just trying to not care about the algorithm for now. Next question is, I see a G2 on the back. Yes, you do. Where is it? It's here. So that is the HP Reverb G2. I was meant to do a review on that. Haven't done it yet. So review coming soon. HP Reverb coming soon. Next question is, nice, but please wear leather. I would like to watch you in it. Man, I don't know why there's so many creepy people in the world. If you're a creep, get off my videos. Go watch something else. Next question is, what headphones do you recommend for a VR headset? Well, if you're talking about the Oculus Quest 2, my headset of choice is the Corsair Virtuoso. So these are really good for the Oculus Quest 2, plus they're white and they match. Otherwise, I just invested in this. This is a Vive Deluxe audio strap. So the design for the HTC Vive, but a lot of people do what's it called? A Frankenstein Oculus headset, where they use these on the Oculus Quest. So I bought this, but I need to 3D print the clip-on bits. So yeah, I'll be trying out a few headsets and hopefully make a video on what's the best one. Question here, what's my favorite VR headset? I use the Valve Index as my main headset and I really like it. It's a great headset. The tracking's really good, the audio is good, the microphone's good. But I don't recommend it for first time VR users. I think it's more of a advanced headset or someone who knows that they want to go 100% with VR. I think the Oculus Quest 2 is a really, really great headset. It's affordable, it's comfortable, it's don't need a PC or anything to use it, but you can use it with the PC, which is a really cool feature. Only downside is it's owned by Facebook, and Facebook force you to have a Facebook account to use it. So yeah, that's the downside of it. I've got a few questions about what's my favorite song that part of the default maps. I really like Crab Rave. I also really like Be There For You. That's probably my favorite default song. And when it comes to the DLC music packs, I really like the Imagine Dragons, is it Warrior? Warrior is my favorite map. It's just really intricate and really challenging. I really like it. Question here, what's my favorite game on the Oculus Quest? I really like the Vader Immortal series is really good. I think that's a great one to buy when you're first starting out. Probably one of my favorite VR games, which isn't talked about much, is I Expect You to Die. It's like a kind of very James Bond escape room kind of games where you put in these situations and you have to try and work out how to get out of the situation. And they're really cool and you feel so smart, like big brain plays when you work it out. One of my favorite Quest games. A question here, if I was to pick any job that isn't a YouTube streamer, what would I do and why? I'd probably do something in nature. I think if you're young and you're still in high school or kind of early days and you don't know what to do in your career, I think it's just so important to nourish your what you enjoy in life or what you want to do, because I'm finding when I was in primary school and school, things I wanted to do, when I grow up I want to do this, and now I'm older, I'm like, man, I wish I did that. I think I wanted to be a photographer when I was in high school, or I wanted to work with animals. And yeah, these days I'm like, man, I would love to work with animals, kind of marine biologist or just some zoologist thing, just anything to do with animals. I think I would really love to do that. A question here, OnlyFans when? Never. A question here, what was my goal when I first opened my YouTube channel? My 2020 goal was to reach 10,000 subscribers. And in 2020, I got 250,000 subscribers. So it was blew up way, way bigger than I ever thought. So super grateful for you guys. And yeah, it's pretty mind blowing. There's a question here that says, how old am I? Now, for the very longest time, I've been very private about my age. You could probably work it out. But I generally don't like sharing my age. One, it's privacy thing, but two, I think it really came down to I was just insecure about aging. Especially when a lot of your audience is young as well. You're I don't want to be uncool. But I kind of been learning over time that there's this just whole stigma around aging, especially for women. It's just women aren't allowed to age. You're meant to be youthful and beautiful forever. And I'm just look, I don't want to encourage those kind of views that women are expected to look young forever. So I thought, you know what, maybe I should just stop hiding my age and just be proud of it, because I'm pretty kick-ass for what I've achieved in my life, I think. And wrinkles are normal, aging is normal. Why do we have to pretend that it isn't normal? So many young people get like Botox and shit now. It's like, you don't need that. Wrinkles are normal. Imperfections are normal. You're beautiful as you are. It's normal. But anyway, I'm 33. Question here from Don. Have I any celebrity crushes? I have a celebrity crush on Henry Cavill. He's in the Witcher series. He's great. Question here, have I ever stepped or tripped over one of the doggies when playing VR? Yes, I have, and I felt terrible. I've only done it once where I would just kick the puppy a little. Because when they're hungry and I'm doing like a VR stream, they're like all walking all around me and like playing with each other. So it's happened once and I felt really bad. But now I know to be careful. All right, I think that sums up the Q&A. There was a lot of questions. My God, I didn't realize there were so many. But a lot of the stuff was kind of repetitive or I've answered in a different way. So sorry if I didn't get your question. I try to answer as many as possible, but if I answer all of them, this video will be like 2 hours long. So thank you so much for submitting your questions, and hopefully that gives you a bit more insight, I guess, about me, since you only ever see like the back of me dancing in Beat Saber and my face is covered half the time. So yeah, let me know if you want more Q&As and what videos you'd like to see in the future. Make sure to subscribe to my vlog channel, more content coming soon. Also my Naysy daily channel if you want daily Beat Saber videos of just highlights from streams or old videos that didn't make the cut. So make sure to subscribe for that one if you want more regular content. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, do the thumbs up, subscribe, notification, YouTube thing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!